All right, today we're going to go over your 2 practice problems for comparing and graphing and representing proportional relationships. The first one here is calories in fish, and it says, here's the graph of the proportional relationship between calories and grams of fish. The first one says, write an equation to represent this situation using X to represent the amount of fish in grams, so this is X, and Y to represent the number of calories, so that's my Y. So first thing I have to do is I have to find my constant of proportionality. To do that, I've got to figure out a point. So I'm going to look at my line to figure out where it crosses evenly on here. And I see that there's a point right here at X is equal to 100 and Y is equal to 150. So then my formula for the constant of proportionality is Y over X. Well, since my point is at X is 100 and Y is 150, that means I'm putting 150 over 100. I'm now going to simplify these. I can divide these both by 10, so I'm going to do so. When I divide 150 divided by 10, it makes 15, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. I can now divide them again by taking 5 out of both of them. 15 divided by 5 is 3, 10 divided by 5 is 2. I cannot simplify any more than that, so that's my constant proportionality. So my constant proportionality for this is Y equals 3 over 2x. All right, so now that we have the equation, let's go ahead and move down to the next part, which is to complete the table using our equation. So first I have grams of fish, and remember my table, grams of fish is X and calories is Y. I need to know for 100 grams of fish how many calories it is. So I'm going to plug in 100 for X. So I'm going to do Y equals 3 over 2 times 100. When I want to multiply a fraction times a whole number, I have to put it over 1 to make them both into fractions. 2 can cross reduce 100 because 2 goes into 50 or 150 times. So then I do 50 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. So for 100 grams of fish, there's 150 calories. So now I'm going to move on and I'm going to try the number of calories to figure out how many grams of fish. So this is 2001. So I'm going to put 2001 in my Y spot here. Equals 3 over 2 times X. Center of my equation is my equal sign. I'm going to have to get rid of the 3 over 2. Over 2 represents division, so I'm going to have to multiply by 2. But 3 here is multiplication, so I have to divide by 3 to get rid of that. Anything I do to one side, I have to do the other. I'm going to put it over 1. And 3 actually can go into 2001. So let's find out how many times. Okay. 3 goes into 0 times, but it goes into 26 times. Minus 18 is going to give me 2. Bring the 0 down. That's 20. So again, that's 6. Minus 18. That gives me 2. Bring the 1 down. 3 goes into 21 7 times. So now I have 2 times 6, 6, 7. So I'm going to do 6, 6, 7 times 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. So that means X is equal to 1,334 calories, or grams of fish. So now we just have to do the last one. For 1 gram of fish, how many calories are we eating? Well, Y equals 3 over 2 times 1. What is any number times itself? Well, that's 3 over 2. 3 over 2 as a fraction is 1.5. All right, let's move on to our next problem. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next problem, which is about selling raffle tickets. It says students are selling raffle tickets for a fundraiser. They collect the money, $24, for every 10 raffle tickets they sell. So suppose M is the amount of money the students are making, and R is the raffle tickets. Write the equation for the relationship between M and R. So first thing we have to do is we have to determine, is M going to be like Y, or is M going to be like X? I'm going to do M as Y, R as X. And so that makes my equation be equals M divided by R. because normally my equation would be y divided by x, but since m is y and r is x, it's m divided by r. So I'm going to plug that in to find out my k, or my constant proportionality, or rate of change. So I'm going to plug in 24 over 10. Okay, so then if I do 24 divided by 10, to divide by 10, I just move the decimal place 1 point, so it's 2.4. So then I have m equals 2.4 r. Okay, so now it says label and scale my axis to represent the equation, and it wants me to scale large enough that I can see what happens if they sell 1,000 tickets. So first let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so there's 14 spots. So to get to 1,000, we're going to have to keep it quite high. So I'm going to probably do, this is 100 here, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and this is 1,000. This is 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, and that's my number of tickets, so that's my R for raffle tickets. Okay, so now I have to figure out how much money that means I'm going to be making. So I'm going to plug in and I'm going to make my table. So I've got m equals 2.4 R. So to make my table, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out my 100, my 200, and my 1,000. And this is my R, this is my M. So to solve that, I have to plug in 100 for R, 200 for R, and 1,000 for R. So M equals 2.4 times 100. Okay, when I'm multiplying by 100, I'm moving the decimal place 2 points to the right. So that means M equals 240. Okay, then after that, I'm going to do M equals 2.4 times 200. So then I'm going to do 2.4 times 200. I'm going to give 0, 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And I'm going to put my decimal there. That's 480. Okay, then I'm going to do my last one, which is 1,000. So it's 2.4 times 1,000, which is the same thing as moving my decimal point 3 places to the right. So if I moved it 3 places, that's 1, 2, 3. That gives me 2,400. So if I want to put this on here, I'm going to do, my scale is 240, 480. And then if I wanted to go from there, I'm going to do 240 times 3, which is the same thing as 480, plus 240 if I wanted to do it that way too. So that's 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 4 is 2, carry the 1, so that's 720. Then 720 plus 240 is going to be 0, 6, 960. And then 960 plus 240 is going to be 1,200. And then that's going to be 1,440. Then it's going to be 1,680. And then it's going to be 1,920. And then 1,000 or 2,000 will be my next one. 2,160. Then 2,400. Then 2,640. Then 2,900. And from there, I can graph my point. So I'm going to put a point here, and then my point at 1,000 and 2,400, which is right up here. And now I'm going to draw my line. Oops, let's draw it as straight as I can. And there's my line. All right. Now that you're done, you can go ahead and work on completing proportional relationships and percents focus area. Have a nice day, guys.